Okay, so you're walking into this meeting, right? And it's all about the Indian energy sector.
Uh-oh.
You need to be up to speed on the Indian Energy Exchange.
Yeah.
But who has time to read through all the reports?
Right, all those Concall transcripts?
Nobody has time for that.
Yeah, it's impossible.
But
Yeah.
but you don't have to worry about it because
That's why we're here.
in this deep dive,
We've got you.
we have broken it all down.
We're going to give you everything you need.
All the need-to-know insights on IEX's latest performance and what it says about the overall energy scene in India.
Yep, the big picture.
Think of us as your cheat sheet
That's right.
for this meeting.
We'll make you sound like a pro.
Exactly.
Like a total energy guru.
So first, a super quick intro.
Okay.
IEX
Indian Energy Exchange.
is the big player
The main one.
in India's energy marketplace.
We're running the show.
They run the electricity exchange.
Yeah.
They've got the Indian gas exchange.
Or IGX for short.
And they're even working on a carbon exchange.
Pretty cool, huh?
Pretty impressive.
They're everywhere.
Yeah, they're really
on top of things.
on top of India's whole energy transition.
Which is a big deal. So
Let's jump right in.
let's dive right into the numbers.
The good stuff.
IEX just wrapped up a really strong quarter.
A killer Q2.
Their Concall was exciting.
Everyone was buzzing about it.
They traded a huge amount of electricity.
A massive 36.7 billion units.
A massive 38.2% jump year over year.
Talk about growth.
That's serious growth.
Yeah, no kidding.
And it's showing up in their financials.
Of course
They
they're-
brought in revenue,
INR 167.8 crore.
which is up 26.2%.
Year over year.
Their profit,
Consolidated PA.
to a very nice,
INR 108.3 crore.
up 25.2%.
They're doing something right.
Let's-
Let's dig a little deeper.
Let's figure out what's driving all this success.
What's behind these amazing numbers?
Why is the Indian electricity market?
Suddenly electrifying.
Yeah. Why is that?
Pun intended.
Yeah.
A few things are happening.
Okay.
It's like a perfect storm,
Uh-oh.
but in a good way.
Okay, good.
First, we have a ton of sell-side liquidity.
Okay, so what does that even mean?
Basically, there's a lot of power available to be sold.
Okay.
India had a really good monsoon season.
Oh, right. Lots of rain.
Yeah, tons of rain.
Which is good for hydropower.
And wind power.
Ah, so Mother Nature is giving the market a boost.
Yeah, you got it.
Right.
And on top of that,
Okay.
we have a good fuel supply situation.
So no shortages.
Exactly.
Okay.
India's been ramping up its domestic coal production.
And what about imported fuel?
Those prices have stabilized.
So everything is looking good.
It's all looking really good.
Plenty of energy to go around.
Yeah,
Okay, so we've got plenty of power ready to trade.
right.
But what about demand?
What about the people actually using it?
Yeah, are people using more electricity?
Oh, definitely.
Really?
Yeah, electricity consumption is way up in India.
How much?
11% year over year.
Wow, 11%. That's a lot.
It's a lot of electricity. So everybody wants AC now.
I guess so.
Yeah. Well, it gets pretty hot in India.
For sure.
But seriously, what's causing this huge increase in demand?
Well, India's economy is booming.
Okay.
More people are moving to cities.
Urbanization
Exactly.
and industries are growing too.
all those factories and businesses.
Right. So they need more power.
Of course.
Plus, the government is working on electrifying the whole country.
every little corner of India.
That's a huge undertaking.
And a big job.
So all of this is creating more demand for electricity.
Tons of demand.
And remember,
Oh, well,
India wants to grow its GDP
Ambitious goals.
to hit those targets.
Yeah.
They'll need even more energy
A lot more.
in the coming years.
That's only going to increase.
So it's like a perfect storm.
But a good one.
Yeah, for companies like IEX.
IEX is in a great position.
Yeah, this is good news for them.
Definitely.
More power.
More demand.
Everyone wins.
Well, not so fast.
What do you mean?
Well, remember how IEX makes money?
Yeah, through those transaction fees.
Right.
They take a cut of every trade.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But those fees,
Yeah.
they're linked to the price of electricity. So what happens if prices go down?
The revenue takes a hit.
You got it.
Ouch. That doesn't sound good.
It's not ideal.
So are prices going down?
They are.
Really? Why?
All of this extra supply.
All that liquidity
Exactly.
is pushing prices down.
It's basic economics.
Okay.
More supply, lower prices.
Makes sense.
So, for example, in the day-ahead market,
The day-ahead market
yeah, where you can buy electricity for the next day.
for tomorrow.
Yep. The average price was INR 4.48 per unit.
And how does that compare to last year?
It's down almost 24%.
Wow, that's a big drop.
It is.
So cheaper electricity for consumers,
That's the good news.
but not such good news for IEX.
Not great for their earnings.
So it's a trade-off.
It is.
But IEX is still doing well.
They are.
How is that possible?
Well, the volume of trading has gone way up.
So even though prices are lower?
They're making up for it with more trades.
So volume is king.
Volume is definitely king.
So IEX is making a lot of money.
They are.
But are they just sitting back and relaxing?
Not at all.
Really?
IEX is always looking for new ways to grow.
Oh, I like the sound of that.
They're not resting on their laurels.
What kind of plans do they have?
Well, they're really excited about expanding into longer duration contracts.
What does that mean?
Basically, they want to let people buy and sell electricity for longer periods of time.
Okay.
They're just waiting for approval from the regulators to launch 11-month term-ahead market contracts.
11 months.
Almost a whole year.
That's a long time.
It is?
So people can basically reserve their electricity in advance.
Exactly like booking a hotel room.
I see.
And they're hoping to attract a big chunk of the trading that's currently happening on a different platform.
What platform?
It's called Deep.
Okay, and how much trading is happening on Deep?
About 40 billion units.
40 billion.
Yeah, it's a lot.
So IEX wants a piece of that action.
They definitely do.
Sounds like they have big plans.
They do.
What about renewable energy?
Yes, renewables.
Everyone's talking about renewables these days.
It's the future.
Is IEX doing anything in that space?
Oh, absolutely.
Really?
They've already filed a petition to create a green real-time market.
What's a green real-time market?
It's a marketplace where people can buy and sell renewable energy in real time.
Like solar and wind power.
Exactly.
So if the wind is blowing really hard,
You can buy extra wind power on the spot.
and if the sun isn't shining,
You can buy solar power from someone else.
that's pretty cool.
It's the future of energy trading.
It sounds like IEX is really at the forefront of this renewable energy revolution.
They're definitely a leader in the space.
Okay, so they're doing electricity,
They're doing renewables.
and they're even thinking about a coal exchange.
You heard that right.
A coal exchange.
They want to be involved in all aspects of the energy market.
So they're not afraid to diversify?
Not at all.
They're covering all their bases?
They're hedging their bets.
Smart move.
Very smart.
Okay, so we've talked about the electricity exchange.
Right.
What about the Indian gas exchange?
The IGX.
How is that doing?
It's doing pretty well.
Okay, give me the rundown.
So in Q2, they traded 118 lakh MMBtu of natural gas.
Okay.
And their profit after tax was INR 6.1 crore.
Those numbers seem kind of small.
Well, compared to the electricity exchange, yeah.
But the gas market is still developing.
It's still early days.
So lots of potential for growth.
Tons of potential.
And the government is really pushing for more natural gas use.
They wanted to make up 15% of India's total energy mix.
Wow, 15%. That's ambitious.
It is.
But how are they going to do that?
They're investing in infrastructure,
The what?
new pipelines,
Yeah. Right.
regasification terminals.
What are those?
They turn liquefied natural gas back into gas. So basically, they're making it easier to transport and use natural gas.
Okay, so more infrastructure.
Means more gas flowing.
And more gas flowing.
Means more trading opportunities for IGX.
So IGX is betting on the government's vision for a gas-powered future.
It's a smart bet.
And they're not just waiting around.
Nope. They're actively expanding their offerings.
Like what?
They're doing long-duration contracts,
Oh,
cross-border trading,
wow, across borders.
and they're even exploring hydrogen trading.
Hydrogen trading.
Yeah, it's a whole new frontier.
That's incredible.
Really thinking ahead.
So they're trying to be the go-to platform for all of India's gas needs.
That's the goal.
That's impressive.
For a company to watch.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here.
We have.
We've looked at IEX's performance.
Impressive performance.
We've talked about the energy market in India.
It's booming.
And we've even peeked into IEX's future plans.
They have big plans.
But before we go any further,
Yeah.
I want to ask you a question.
Okay.
What has caught your attention so far?
What stands out to you?
What do you find most interesting
Or surprising?
about IEX?
What do you think? For me, it's how IEX is shaping the market.
Yeah.
They're not just riding the wave.
Right, they're making the waves.
Exactly.
It's pretty amazing how they've made electricity trading so dynamic.
Yeah, who would have thought you could buy and sell power?
Like on a whim.
Yeah, for just one day.
It's pretty cool.
IEX is really changing things up.
Speaking of changing things up,
Yeah.
we talked a bit about market coupling earlier.
Oh, yeah.
What is that all about?
It's basically connecting different power exchanges,
Yeah.
creating one giant marketplace.
So everyone's trading together.
In theory, it should make things more efficient.
Yeah.
But there are some concerns.
Like what?
Well, some people worry that it could hurt competition.
Especially since IEX is the big dog right now.
Yeah, if market coupling leads to everyone offering the same prices.
IEX might lose their edge. And
Exactly.
it sounds like a logistical nightmare.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, India is huge with
Massive.
all these different regional grids and regulations.
It's a really complex system.
So is this coupling thing actually happening?
Well, the CERC,
The who?
the Central Electricity Regulatory Commission,
Oh, okay.
they've been looking into it.
So are they going to do it?
Well, they did a pilot study. It
That's-
wasn't very promising.
Oh,
The results didn't show any real benefits to coupling the existing power exchanges.
so why are they still considering it?
Well, they're exploring different approaches now.
Like what?
They're thinking about connecting the real-time market with the SCED market.
Okay, wait, hold on.
Right.
What's the SCED market?
It stands for Security Constrained Economic Dispatch.
Sounds complicated.
It's basically the mechanism that the grid operator uses
Okay.
to optimize power generation, making sure supply meets demand.
So it's the brains of the operation.
You could say that.
Keeping the lights on.
Exactly.
Okay, so they want to connect this SCED market with the real-time market.
Right.
And they think that will be better.
They're hoping so.
What challenges?
Well, the SCE market mainly deals with generators who have long-term contracts.
Okay,
They're selling their excess power.
the stuff they don't need.
Right. But the real-time market is different.
So.
It has merchant generators.
Merchant generators.
Yeah, they rely on market sales to make money.
So they have different cost structures.
Exactly.
Trying to combine these two markets could be messy.
It could.
Pricing could get complicated.
Yeah.
Transactions might be hard to settle.
It's a gamble.
So what do you think?
Think about what?
Market coupling.
It's hard to say.
Could be good, could be bad.
It could definitely shake things up for IEX.
More competition.
Yeah, they could lose market share.
Especially in segments like the term ahead market.
Where competition is already fierce.
But IEX is pretty adaptable.
Oh, yeah. They've innovated before.
They could find a way to make it work for them.
Maybe even use it to their advantage.
Expand their reach.
Boost trading volumes.
It's all about strategy.
Absolutely.
So market coupling is a big question mark.
It is.
But there's a lot of other stuff happening too.
Like what?
The government is pushing for renewables,
Yeah.
and there's these new trading models.
Like firm dispatchable RE and battery energy storage.
How will all of this affect IEX?
I think it's good news for them.
Really?
They're already a leader in the green market,
Yeah.
and they're constantly rolling out new products and features.
So they're on top of it.
They're not just riding the wave, they're building the surfboard.
But what if someone else comes up with a better surfboard?
That's always a risk.
New technologies
New platforms.
could challenge IEX's dominance?
It's possible.
But IEX has some strengths.
Like
what?
Now, they have this deep understanding of the Indian power market.
They've been around for a while.
They know the ins and outs,
The
the
regulations.
complexities.
That's valuable.
It is.
And they've invested heavily in technology.
Their platform is really advanced
User-friendly.
and hard to copy.
Plus, they have a good track record.
They've proven themselves.
People trust them.
That's important.
So even though there are challenges,
Yeah.
IEX is in a good position.
They're prepared.
Okay, so we've talked about the market,
The technology.
the regulations,
Right.
but what about the people?
The human element.
The people behind IEX.
The decision makers.
What are they like?
Well, based on the Concall transcripts,
Okay.
they seem very customer focused.
They care about their users.
They want to understand their needs.
and provide solutions.
Exactly.
They're not just an exchange
They're a partner.
in this energy transition.
It's a smart approach.
Building relationships is key,
Absolutely.
and they seem to understand the regulatory landscape
They're working with policymakers.
to shape the future of the market,
That's essential.
especially in such a regulated industry.
For sure.
They're not just chasing profits.
They're thinking about the bigger picture.
A more sustainable energy ecosystem.
For everyone.
That's pretty cool.
It is.
But they are a business. They need to make money.
Mhm.
So how are their financials looking?
They're looking pretty good.
They're profitable.
They are.
Strong revenue and profit growth.
Driven by those high trading volumes.
And efficient operations.
They're running a tight ship.
But what if trading volumes go down?
That's a risk.
Their transaction fees are tied to volume.
So if volume drops,
Their revenue could suffer,
that's true.
but they're not standing still,
They're constantly innovating.
expanding their offerings,
Like gas and carbon.
and even exploring derivatives.
Derivatives.
Yeah, it's a way to manage risk.
In the energy market.
Prices can fluctuate a lot.
So derivatives help protect against that.
Exactly.
It could attract new players who
Who are worried about volatility.
Sounds like a smart move.
It could be a game changer.
But it's still early?
Yeah, the regulatory framework for electricity derivatives in India is still developing.
But IEX is involved.
They're pushing for it.
Always thinking ahead.
They are.
But there must be some potential roadblocks. There are always risks.
What could derail IEX's success?
Well, market coupling could be a problem.
If it's done poorly,
Or if it backfires.
it could hurt IEX's market share.
And their profits.
And regulations in India can be unpredictable.
Yeah.
A sudden policy change.
Could really throw them off course.
And then there's the global economy.
The macro environment.
India's growth is strong.
But it's not guaranteed.
An economic slowdown.
Global instability.
Even a pandemic.
Could impact energy demand.
And hurt IEX's growth.
That's right.
But it seems like IEX is aware of these risks.
They are diversifying it.
Investing in technology.
Working with policymakers.
Trying to mitigate the risks.
They're not just hoping for the best.
They're being proactive.
Like chess players.
Thinking several moves ahead.
So even though there are risks,
Yeah.
it seems like IEX is well positioned.
They're doing what they can to succeed.
So what do you think?
About
IEX. Are they a company worth watching?
Do you believe in their growth story?
I do.
What about you?
What do you think?
Would you invest in IEX?
I think so.
Yeah.
They're in a great position.
The market is growing like crazy.
They're the leader.
They have a solid track record.
Financials look good.
The management team seems really sharp.
They're playing the long game.
And they've got some serious momentum.
India's energy demand is only going to increase.
The government is supporting renewables.
It's all lining up for IEX.
But there are risks, of course.
Market coupling could be a game changer.
And not necessarily in a good way.
Regulations could change.
The global economy is always a wild card.
There are no guarantees.
But I think the potential rewards are worth it.
If you believe in India's growth story,
And the shift towards sustainable energy.
IEX is a solid bet.
So what should investors watch for?
Well, keep an eye on market coupling.
Is it going to happen?
How will it be implemented?
What impact will it have on IEX?
Those are the big questions.
And what about their new ventures?
The gas exchange, the carbon exchange.
Can they replicate their success in these new areas?
That remains to be seen.
And of course, the regulatory landscape.
Always a factor in India.
Will the government continue to support IEX?
Or will they throw a curveball?
We'll have to wait and see.
But IEX seems to be on the right track.
They're adapting, they're innovating.
They're staying ahead of the curve.
So that's our deep dive into IEX.
We've covered a lot of ground.
Their performance, the opportunities, the challenges.
We've given you the information you need.
Now it's up to you.
Do your own research.
Make your own decisions.
And maybe even do your own deep dive.
Into this fascinating industry.
There's a lot to learn.
Thanks for joining us.
It's been a pleasure.
Until next time.